What's up, and welcome back to Interpreting the Stars, where today we're taking a quick look at Uncut Gems, Adam Sandler's latest serious film, sure to give you an anxiety attack while watching, so let's get cracking. This review is brought to you by the word of the day, anxiety attack, a sudden episode of intense fear or anxiety and physical symptoms based on a perceived threat rather than an imminent danger. Uncut Gems is about a jeweler living in New York who, like many of us, has a love-hate relationship with money, which only gets worse when he has no idea how to handle it due to his gambling problem. The real question is, can this man win as big as he believes he can, or is he just making things harder than they need to be? So I've had a saying for years now. It goes along the phrase of money being the root of all problems, but it's a little bit more than that. Basically, money transforms good people into bad people, into something unrecognizably bad. I hate money. I really do. It sucks that we need it to survive, but at least I know how to stop at bare minimum. When I worked as a salesman for a Verizon wireless retailer in my small hometown, it was eventually bought out by a different company, and everybody was really happy about this merge because the owner would show all the employees numbers upon numbers of how his company is doing, how much money we would make essentially, and I was the only employee that didn't like this guy. He rubbed me the wrong way, and because I could care less about money, seeing how that's all he cared about, I knew something was off, something was wrong. I shook with anger and anxiety whenever he would talk, but they went ahead with this merger, and I kid you not, this is what happened. This company bought out every small Verizon wireless retailer in the state of Michigan and fired everyone, managers included, or pushed them out within a couple of months. I was one of the few that was pushed out. My hours went from over 40 to 10 to 5, and I had no choice but to leave. I watched as people that I knew, coworkers and friends, also were fired or they quit. And if that wasn't enough, this place regularly wrote company-wide emails to everybody informing them that this person or that person had just been terminated even if they quit, just to instill fear in its employees to remain loyal to the company, pushed themselves harder than they're physically or mentally capable of. I never saw anything like it before, and thankfully I haven't since, but I'm sorry I rambled on and on about this story, getting off topic, but honestly, it wasn't off topic much because Uncut Gems is all about money and how it controls everything not only Adam Sandler's character does, but honestly what everybody else does in the movie as well. And it does such a remarkable job getting on your nerves while watching, giving you anxiety about it because it's really unpredictable as to which direction it's gonna go, which doesn't help me because I have a diagnosed anxiety disorder. One of the best parts of this movie, though, is the pacing. The pacing is directed in such a way that with any other movie, I'd simply call it over-convoluted because a lot of stuff is happening all at the same time. But beautifully, that's the point. They did it on purpose to instill that level of anxiety for the audience, and Adam Sandler does such a great job leaning into that shared feeling the audience is having because he's always freaking out about something or other, trying to hold it together while his life really begins to unravel, mostly due to his own actions. The guy can't handle money. He owes a lot of people a lot of money throughout this movie, and whenever he legitimately has some, he tries to get more by doubling and tripling down the money he has by gambling it all away. He even goes as far as pawning off items that don't belong to him to get more money to gamble with, under the impression that when, not if, but when he wins big, he'll use the money to pay off all his debts and get back whatever he pawned off in the first place. But it just gets worse and worse and worse because he can't stop, he can't calm down, he can't settle, he just wants more. Heck, throughout the movie you got characters left and right telling his character to chill out, calm down, settle down, mostly because he's yelling something, but it has a double meaning because he should also calm down when it comes down to what he's doing with money. It's infuriating because you know, if you were in the same boat, you would not do half of the stuff that Adam Sandler's character is doing. And again, in any other film, I'd just call his character dumb because of his actions. But that was also the point. If Sandler's character was smart in the actions that he took, we wouldn't even have a movie to begin with. Even with all the stuff going on in the background, everything revolves around the simple plot of trying to get money in one way or another. The method in which Sandler is trying to get money often changes, but that's always the end goal. So the plot is rather straightforward, but it doesn't feel like that because of how much is happening kind of simultaneously in the film, once again, to elicit those feelings of anxiety while you watch. I just want to make sure to point out that Adam Sandler is great in this role. He really is. This is one of his best characters as well as his best acting done in a dramatic role. Previously, my favorite role he'd ever done was in Reign Over Me, and I still have that pretty high on the list because it's a completely different type of role, but this might be on par with that performance in my ever so humble opinion. Any and all problems that I have with this film can be contributed to the fact that, I don't know, technicalities. Nothing came off to me as bad or approached in the wrong kind of way. I just don't think it's a perfect film. For instance, it's easy to see Adam Sandler was expertly casted. His character is really good, and he has a lot of great nervous chemistry with everybody. But when I look at things like casting chemistry and characters, I look at everybody, and the fact that he's really the only one to be fantastic in all of those departments means that I can't give it perfect points. There's just stuff like that strewn throughout my reviewing spreadsheet where things met their quota but could have technically been better. So what did I score Uncut Gems? 90%, 90 out of 100 possible stars, granting it the letter grade of A-. A pretty good score if I do say so myself. I can see why it got some award buzz. Guys, I'd like to hear your thoughts on Uncut Gems in the comments down below, as well as what's your favorite Adam Sandler performance? Let me know. As for YouTube, you know what you should do. If you like this review, make sure to hit subscribe down below. Also, hit the thumbs up button because that always helps out my channel. And don't forget about the little bell icon because that'll help notify you when I come out with my next review. And until then, peace out!